Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening. Welcome to our new episode of Game of High Flyers. In our today's episode, we have a Tarun Arul Balan with us. So before I jumping gun to Tarun, let me a little bit explain about Tarun, that who is Tarun and what kind of things he has done. So Tarun is very fresh graduate from he has done his BTech in mechanical engineering. Recently, he passed out in 2021, and he was not when he got graduated, he did not have a job offer in hand, or he did not have from the campus placement. He was not able to sit, and he was not having any job offers in hand. Then he got connected with us during the month of September and October. He did 6 months of internship with us. He learned SAP PP module with us, SAP production planning, and intense internship sessions he have done with us. And after doing the internship, finally he got the offer from Shell. He got an offer from 7.3 plus from Shell, and he actually is joining Shell tomorrow. I'm very happy for him. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. So that's a brief story about Tarun, that how graduating himself and then looking forward from SAP, and then finally getting some job in Shell. It's not exactly as a SAP PP consultant he's joining as a SAP, but whatever the learning he has done for the SAP, that helped him to clear the interview in Shell, and he would be more the reporting and BI reporting and business analyst role he would be doing it in Shell for the starting of his career. So with that brief explanation, let me welcome Tarun on the show. Tarun, welcome to the Game of High Flyers.
Hello, sir. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you for taking some time out and joining us in this show. So Tarun, I have tried to explain a little bit brief about yourself, but I know that your struggle, your journey would be beyond my words, right? So why don't you
Yes,
put
sir.
your words into it and let us explain that, starting from your graduations, what are the things in your mind, how you ended up learning SAP, and then how you finally able to get the job offer which you currently have in hand.
Yes, sir. So to start with, let's say I always wanted to be an automobile engineer. So, but my parents asked me to take up mechanical engineering first, and then in the future maybe masters. We'll have wide range of scope. We can choose anything from mechanical engineering. So I did my bachelor's of mechanical engineering in Manipal University, Jaipur,
Okay.
and during my final year, I was in the thought process of doing masters abroad. I started applying for universities as well. But then that's when the world was hit by COVID. So and it was a really big struggle for everyone. So let's say financially, and it was a very difficult situation. And so at last, so by this time, I couldn't sit for placements as well. So I missed it. And after completing my graduation 2021, and I dropped off the plan of going abroad. And so I was a bit confused of what I'd be doing in my future. That's when my dad's friend suggested to do this SAP course. So I did a little bit of research in Google, and I did ask a few of my friends who are doing SAP,
Mm-hmm.
and so they told me that SAP has a very good future.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have this friend working in ENY in SAP PP. So he told me that since I did my graduation in mechanical engineering, he said SAP PP would be really helpful. And also I did talk to you, sir, after my graduation, and you did guide me as well. So that's when I joined this course in September. And we had the 6 months internship program. So yourself and the interns helped me in all the basics of SAP, and getting me a perfect resume. And that resume did get me a job in Shell.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you for explaining. So, maybe Tarun, you can also let us know that in your mind, or you have other friends also, right? So when they are graduating, becoming a mechanical engineer or from another streams, And when people does not have any job, maybe from the campus placement or due to any reasons when they have graduated and they don't have any job offers in hand, what kind of things people think about to do, especially after the mechanical engineering? What kind of the options people have?
It's not just mechanical engineering. So people who do engineering, usually they write CAT and go for management. That's the first thing. And people, let's say, who haven't like wouldn't get any job offers, they start applying for all these mass recruiters, especially. So they think they might have a chance. So like something they might have in hand for
Mass
simplicity and
recruiters
for
means what?
like Accenture, Capgemini, like those companies which taken like 500, 600 people at a time.
Okay, okay, got it. Got it. And some people think about the MBA and then
Yeah,
master.
MBA, especially they write CAT and they just start doing the MBA without any
Mhm.
experience.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. So let me tell you that that how the SAP course can help in the two ways for the freshers. One is that you can become SAP consultant by doing this course, but the other way it can help that a lot of companies are there who is looking. Let's say if you have done be in mechanical, civil, and other streams, finally you would be working in a company, right? So when you will be working in a company, you would be handling some IT tools also as an end user. A lot of company prefer that when they even take the people in operations, maybe as a production engineer, as a quality engineer, if the guy already know SAP, most of the big companies, manufacturing industry you talk about, they are onto the SAP platform on ERP. So they prefer the people who already know SAP, so that they need not to train them, and that is an additional advantage for them even to get a operations job as a production engineer or as a any another stream. Now let me tell you that I have a lot of participants actually from Europe and US who was working into the different masters from very good college. Some are doing MS and some are doing MBAs. During their graduation itself, they come to us to do some quick courses on SAP, because after doing their masters itself, from these colleges, when they go for the jobs, they are telling me that in the jobs they are preferring the candidates who know SAP, because when we even go into the management jobs also, we should know that how the ERP works. We have a lot of reportings, a lot of things we would be getting it out from ERP. So the companies prefer that the SAP should be a part of the knowledge. So a lot of universities have started up introducing SAP as a part of curriculum also. So a lot of people get learned from us the SAP, so that it is easy for them even to after get a job for the after doing the post graduation. You also know Niruban, right? I think he was a part of
Yes, yes.
your internship batch. Uh, so he is also, his goal is to do the post graduations from outside, which he's working. He will be going for that, but he's learning parallelly SAP and SAP PP, so that once he do that graduation, after that it would be helping him out easily to get a job, because the SAP is introduced to SAP and he has that knowledge. So that's helping a lot people. Okay, so the another quick question I have is that you have gone through the internship program, right? So
Yes.
what kind of things you have learned into the internship programs, and what kind of things you think that how the internships can help people to learn something in SAP or even beyond SAP?
So since I didn't have any knowledge in SAP, so and in this during this internship, there are people who are doing other SAP courses as well, like from sales and So and myself and Niruban, like you said, so we are from PP. So people like during our internships, people get to share their experience, and they also like we could also learn about other SAP courses as well, like other SAP modules. So this gave us a knowledge, and so when we sit for interviews, we'll know like what kind of questions they would be asking. So we were trained for it during this internship, and also we also got the business insights of SAP. So people give their knowledge on their experience, like what they'll be working on exactly. So this helped us. This helped us like a lot for our
Yeah.
interview. So I would suggest people to join this internship if
Yeah,
they're
so
new to
the
SAP.
Yeah. So this internship culture is actually not there in India. When you go for abroad, it's very common. All the people after doing the graduations, after doing the masters, even it's a part of the curriculum that you will be doing your curriculum for 1 year, 1.5 year. Then full 6 months you need to do internship. Full 1 year you need to do the internships, right? So internship is basically filling the bridge between your graduation knowledge and the things which you require to do a job in a company. So there would be some gap. You need some experience. You need some exposure, right?
Yes,
That experience and exposure would be filled by the internships. So
yes, sir.
I don't know why it is not part of the culture in India or Asia side, but Europe and US is all the same culture is there. People do the graduation, post graduation, 6 month, 1 year internship. They do it so that they get full exposure and then they jump into the full time jobs. That's what they do. Okay. So another thing, it would be good to know from Tarun that you are a fresh graduate, you was a fresh graduate and you try to learn SAP. For fresh graduates, how difficult it is to grasp SAP knowledge? Is it easy? It's very difficult to do it, or what kind of things you need to do it if you want to learn SAP?
I wouldn't say easy or difficult. I would say it's like right in the between. So if you have a perfect instructor or teacher, I think SAP is like really easy. You could like learn it in like few months actually. But all it needs is you need to do a lot of practice in SAP. Just the all these classes won't be enough. It's all basically on practical experience. So the more you work on SAP, the more easy it will be for you.
Yes, the more you work on SAP, the more easy it would be for you. So you said very well, Tarun. Neither it's easy nor it's difficult. Actually, it depends on efforts. If you would
Yes, sir.
be thinking that that I would be sitting having a sip of my cup of my tea and then in 2 hours I will learn SAP, is not going to happen. So you'll have to put time. You will have to put efforts. I remember that I have given a lot of analysis exercise to you to jump into different kind of industries to get knowledge about them. And I think you have prepared some presentations also about some manufacturing industry, that how it
Yes, sir.
works, to share the knowledge. So you need to really work as a fresher, especially if you don't have exposure to the industries. You need to work to know what kind of processes are there and then how SAP would be helping them. So it's all about putting the efforts. If you put the efforts, it would be easy. If you don't put the efforts, it would be very difficult.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah, right. So during your interview process, what kind of questions they have asked you? Because you are a fresher, what kind of SAP questions and what kind of questions apart from SAP has been asked to you?
Like as let's say as soon as my interview started, so they did ask me like what exactly did I do in SAP, the first question, and what did I study in SAP. So I told them that I joined my SAP course in September, and I'm a fresher.
Mhm,
So I'm basically new to SAP, and I started with the basics. So I'm not much into the advanced course. I'm just done with the basics. So they did ask me a few SAP questions on the ERP structures
mhm,
and a few transactional codes. That's it. So rest all the questions were based on management and my final year project.
mhm,
Um, and they did ask me about my future, like what's your and apart from that, I think my most of my the interview went on for 1 hour. So for
mhm.
40 minutes, they did ask me on management questions.
Okay.
So there were very few basic SAP questions. As since I told them that I was new to SAP,
Right, right. So
so the questions were limited.
yeah, so how the SAP can help, it can help you to get into the interview. But as you are a fresher and you have just done a 6 month of internship, if you are able to explain what kind of things you have done thoroughly, if you are able to explain maybe advanced things you have not done, but the basic things, if you would be able to explain what you have done, what you know, I think that would be good enough. As being a fresher, the expectation would not be much higher for that. Then a lot of things would be asked you to what kind of internships you have done after, or what kind of internships you have done during your graduation, and the projects you have done. So all these things, what you have mentioned in your CV, if you are able to elaborate and explain and justify that yes, actually you have done it, I think that would be good enough. That's what they are checking. The communication would be the one of the big part when they ask a lot of management related questions to you. They try to check your communication, and then they try to check your thought process by asking you, different kind of questions, that if you're just answering it, or if you have thought process which is aligning all the questions into the same direction, right? That's
Yes, sir.
also they try to check it. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So all the questions that they ask be based out of a CV only. So all our internships, projects, everything from a CV.
Yeah, that's where basically I guide and prepare a very good CV. Be thorough with your CV. It should be in a nice manner. And that's where basically it would be roaming around. And I always guide people that prepare first 5 minutes of your interview. They would be asking, okay, explain about yourself. There, basically, you need to clearly talk about what the next interview parts would be there, right? So that's where the interview would be guided. Okay, that's good. That's good, Tarun. So, Tarun, what would be your suggestion to the aspirants who graduated recently and after graduation they don't have a job in hand? What kind of things they can look for? What kind of things they can do for, so that they can get quickly pursue in their career and they can get some job opportunities?
So the first thing I would tell them is to like don't take up anything. Like, don't decide on anything so quickly. First, look up for all the fields. Like there
Hmm.
are so much things we can do. Like that's how I found the SAP course. Because during my college days, I didn't know about SAP. Like neither did my friends. So first, I would tell them is to talk to your parents. Maybe they might know something, and talk to your friends or your friends' relatives, and first do a wide research. That is very important. And then like take up 1 month's time, 1 2 months, do research, and then you like we should like they should decide what they need to do. Like let them have options.
Hmm.
Then they can consult these options with their parents,
Hmm.
and they can also check out. They like most of the courses nowadays have free versions, so they could do all these free demo versions, and like they could come to a decision like which one to do.
Right, right, right.
So after that, yeah, they can pursue with it.
Right, right. So what if is we are part of the multiple, that colleges and universities where basically SAP and the basics of the SAP has been introduced as a part of curriculum. Because the problem is, that many people, even when I was graduated, uh, I graduated from mechanical. I was having the same position as you. I was not knowing that. What need to be done. I was not having a job in hand when I completed my graduation. So a lot of things has not been taught to the people when they are doing actually working into their graduation. They don't know that what kind of different streams can be available ahead. Okay, SAP can be a stream ahead. I can definitely say that 99% of the people in my college was not knowing it. So we are working it to, so that that knowledge can be passed over. At least people know that what options they have. They should be knowing that where they can go after completing their graduation programs, where actually they can go. So we are into the discussion to introduce at least the basics of SAP as a part of the curriculum, as a part of the graduation and the MBA programs. MBA, it is introduced in many colleges. Graduation programs, we still going to introduce from SastraGeek side. We are going to introduce in many colleges. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. So that's good. That's good. So what is your game plan for next 3 years, Tarun?
So for the next 3 years, I think I'll continue with Shell set. So I'll see where I can go.
Yeah.
And as suggested, I'm starting as a process data engineer,
Hmm.
and the role mainly says I'd be working on Power BI. It also said SAP. So during this time, I'll also be working on my SAP PP module. So I'll try finishing this course, and I'll try shifting my career to SAP. So I
Yeah.
think it has very good scope, and I wanna like have my future in SAP. So I
Yeah.
think Shell is the right company for it, and I'll work on my SAP course.
Shell is one of the best companies to work for. So what I would suggest you continue with Shell for a longer time. Within Shell itself, you can get a lot of different opportunities. So you continue with your SAP course, PP, you make them more stronger. And once you join SAP after working for 3 to 4 months, then you will be having an idea. There are a lot of other things. Power BI, SAP BI is there, or maybe you would be also working on the another modules like FICO. So wherever you work, try to work a little deeper side into the SAP, try to look into a little deeper picture into SAP. Then within the 4 to 6 months, you should be able to find that, okay, if you want to pursue further in SAP, whether you should go ahead with SAP PP, do the certification in PP and showcase that, okay, you're PP certified, and maybe you can switch your roles in 6 months or a year to a functional consultant in SAP. Or you can look forward that, okay, the BI, SAP BI is more you're working on. That's where you're getting more knowledge. And then you can try to convert, learn more into that SAP side, BI side, or the Power BI side. You can learn more, and you can also become SAP BI consultant. So totally depends on that, what kind of exposure you are getting it. Wherever you work, initial 1 year of your career, always go beyond 2 steps. This is your work boundary, right? Don't
Yes,
work in your work boundary. First learn in couple of months what you need to do. Okay, what kind of things would be there, and then go 2 step beyond it, beyond your work boundary, to check that, okay, how your things are integrated with the another people, how it is integrated with the another modules, another IT tools. Check what they are doing, and always try to work 2 step beyond. So if you work 2 step beyond, then you would be able to clearly identify what next you need to do it, which next technology you need to learn it, and how you need to be a top of uh, all the people, the top 4% who's gaining the most of the opportunity, how you can be at that. So
yes,
always go 2 step ahead. That is going to
sure,
help
sure,
you a lot.
sure, sir.
Okay. So with that, Tarun, we would be ending up our this session here. I hope that the people who are listening to our conversation, they would be getting a lot of benefits. There are a lot of freshers who look forward that, boss, kya karna hai, what we need to do after completing the graduation. They would be getting a lot of help out of this interview. So I'm personally very happy for you. And again, I can congratulate you for your new job, which you are going to start tomorrow. Have a very healthy and bright future ahead. And thank you for
Thank
joining
you,
for this
thank you, sir.
episode.
Thank you.